today we're going to go over how to attack every single site on the map, Oregon. If you guys are interested, the full video for every single map is over on my main channel, which is Garfield's Dock. Attacking upstairs master can be a little bit difficult for some people, or let me say games. So typically what you're going to see is a split take. So the split take, basically you would be taking attic and you would be taking master wall. So I'll show you the perspective from the attic. So what you guys should be doing at the start of the round, get a cutoff cam, tower, literally anywhere. Just make sure nobody's in tower. And then you would basically just be working for the tower wall to attic. Now opening this up, you basically just got to wait for your teammates to take master. So let's go over and head over to master and show you how to position yourself. So you need at least 2 people. You need to have somebody going armory repel, which is of course right here. And you guys just need to try to clear out anybody that might be extending. Typically people don't extend until you're in a higher rank, so you can usually get this spacing. You can get all the way up to here. Just gotta worry about the head hole. Now from here, what you guys want to try to do is just try to work for the master bedroom wall. So your hard breach would come from the master balcony, of course. You guys would open the main wall. And while you're opening up the main wall, that should give your teammates time to work attic side. So this is where your utility really does matter. Whether it's nades, the incandelas, whatever, you need to basically get to the point where you're able to clear all of this, drop, and basically hold off the cutoff. And then you would have one teammate holding the cutoff, and then you would have another teammate hopefully clearing out bolo, which is right here on the dresser, the breach, all of that. And then you can basically just fight the pixel peak, and the person that's main breach should be able to just like flash in and then run to default, and your teammates should be able to hold you. Now something that's really never bad is having somebody late round. Keep in mind I'm saying late round. Open up big window or open up kids window and just playing the cutoffs. So you can play close, cut off the person on the chassis, on the white bookshelf, on the white stairs, all of that. And then you guys should be able to just either plant on that gen, or if the person has the bomb in attic, you guys can even walk in and plant here, which typically can be a better plant spot because there's less risk with the white head holes. And all you have to do is watch the pixel and the rotate, which is why, once again, you can play trophy. You can also just play the deep armory hole if you need to. And that's why the head holes can really work against the defenders. Okay, now for attacking kitchen dining, people usually just go from small tower over and they thermite the wall and then they plant in the open. I'm not really a big fan of doing that take because there's just a lot of annoying angles that you have to clear as an attacker. So what we're actually going to be doing is we're going for a meeting take. So typically with a meeting take, all we have to do is get control of garage. We get control of garage. We just got to enter meeting. So we basically have to make sure nobody flanks lobby. So depending on who you are, you can maybe watch the flank, gridlock off, whatever. Gridlocking off. The Zulu would be good. And then you basically just want to, at the same time, as long as the hatch isn't popped, of course, you would get 2 of your teammates maybe pushing meeting side, making sure nobody's, rear stage. And then you can basically hold green hallway and possibly even push up green hallway to contest any enemies that's backside. And then from here, you usually wouldn't see these head holes or any rotates because that's not pretty common, but you can usually just get a plant down right here. And what's good about this site is usually a lot of the times it just comes down to you win a lot of gunfights before you even get to this point, like right here. So usually you're at a man advantage anyways, and then you can typically just plant. Usually enemies will not play vertical because, once again, they're so focused on small tower. So it's such a simple site to attack. Okay, now guys, attacking meeting isn't really difficult, just like kitchen. What I like to do is I like to go for either a garage meeting take. So with this, it's kind of like the same premise as dining. You would take garage control, You would take lobby control. And basically what you guys would be doing is you guys would make sure all of this is clear. From here, you would just make sure nobody's walking Zulu side or playing Zulu side, so you can gridlock off or basically just fight anybody that might be here. And your main objective would just be to open up this single wall right here. Typically, this is castled, this double door. So you can usually just try to bring like a Montang or something, and after you guys break the castle barricade, Montang can just walk in and you can plant behind Monty. And it can be that simple, but depending on who you're playing against, if you're playing against really good players, you might have to go a meeting over. So typically a meeting over means that you would have to go from Tall Tower. So you would need to get this rear stage control, and you would need to get the back stairs control. To do this efficiently and quick, you can actually get a pre-placed cam on the pillar downstairs. And you can just get somebody to walk up blue bunker side and walk in. If they're a gridlock, they can just, you know, let's say gridlock off this bottom staircase to mid staircase. And then the people at the same time would take T2 and they would open up this attic wall. Just so if the hatch was open, the enemies can't just like, you know, the enemies can't just walk up and fight. And if the hatch is open, this just gives you all sorts of possibilities. You don't need to push the enemies. Like, you don't need to push them and attack them. You basically just need to hold the angle up on the hatch. Because at the same time, what should be happening is you have a teammate opening up the main meeting wall, opening up the green castle, and at the same time, what would happen is you guys would try to typically get a plant down, depending on what's happening and how many lives you have up. So you can, if you see that it's clear for a meeting plant, you can literally just like smoke them off, possibly like they rotate the left side. You can just try to go for a plant here. Or if you notice there's a gap on green, you can go green, try to plant on the door, have a teammate cover, and yeah. So those are typically the two ways that I would attack this. Okay, so typically with a laundry attack, enemies will usually just try to contest like entry points, like the staircases of rear stage. And they'll, like I said, they'll typically just bunker down in sight. So depending on what their site setup looks like, can be how you attack. So if they have a mirror on this front wall, you can go for a bunker split. So you can just open this up early and you can basically just try to work your utility to get yourself inside blue bunker. And at the same time, while you guys are getting that control, whether you're a Flores and, you know, whatever other operator, you guys at the start of the round with hard breach device or Hibana need to get into T2. Make sure you get a pre-place or something, drone down. Make sure nobody flanks up the staircase. You can bring like a nomad or something, air jab off. Air jab off dining. Drone up into meeting. And even air jab off meeting split just for the intel. And then you guys can just open up this hatch. Depending on what they have, they might bring a Cade and a Tubero. So you can bring EMPs, hard breach device, whatever. And just basically open this breach up, or the hatch, just so you're able to pop the mirror. And once you pop the mirror, the person that's, the people that's pushing bunker, if they have the shield exploded or they cleared all the util, you guys need to basically communicate and look at where everybody's positioned. And get somebody pushing backstairs, just so they can contest anybody that might be pillar, anybody that might be playing the head holes, anybody that might even be playing tucked here on the E-box wall. And let's say you're Hibana, you can even Hibana off close, just so you can cut off anybody trying to rotate. You can even open up this wall, this side, and you can kill anybody that might be tucked on the Harry Potter area. And from here, you just need to get this pillar control, and you just need to make sure nobody's tucked on, you know, Iconic, which is right here. And basically what will happen is the enemies will be pushed back. This will probably end up not being reinforced if you guys attacked properly, or if they reinforced off early. You can even open this wall up with like a secondary hard reach device. And then the enemies are forced to try to retake from laundry and all these angles. So from here, you just got to try to get somebody on pillar, get somebody on that elbow, rotate, get somebody to try to run in and plant, and get somebody to also watch the swing from freezer. And since you have somebody on pillar, they can also cut off the laundry rotate. They can also cut off long haul, and they can basically just help the person try to go for a plant. Now, if you're in really high elo, what typically happens is pushing bunker and all of that really isn't worth it. You're better off going for a laundry split freezer take. So how you would do that is early in the round, you just need to get a pre-placed for garage and, you know, shower side. And basically what you guys would be doing is taking all the way up to the first floor, and you guys would be opening up the main freezer hatch. You would be opening the laundry hatch if it's reinforced, and you guys would be opening up the meeting hatch. And from here, what you guys would be doing is you guys would be, of course, locating what utility they have, who they have, and where they have it. So typically you would have a mirror here, and you would have a shield on the laundry, like I said. So floors is really good just for clearing that. You can just get a drone down here, maybe get a teammate to peek off the drone. So if somebody peeks the mirror, as soon as they peek it, they can just bang their head. And you can basically just try to clear this laundry shield that's right here. And at the same time, your teammates should be trying to walk down freezer side, because freezer is super, super duper duper strong. So you just have to clear any type of util that's down here. Watch the lockers jump up, watch close, watch in the hallway, watch laundry. And from here, you guys, if you're able to position yourself to possibly even open up this wall, you guys could. Or you guys can just try to walk up freezer and just hold angles for anybody that might be swinging. And the people that's front side, sorry about my cough, my throat's dry as hell. They would basically just try to either smoke plant somewhere on this double, or if you even want to be stinky, you can just smoke off the middle here and just even try to plant. This is risky as hell, but it's stupid, but it might work. But typically the plant spot is on the hard wall here, or tucked in this corner. You just gotta make sure closet's clear and you actually have the utility to, you know, close all that stuff off. But of course, go off of how the round is going, because this isn't a complete step-by-step. It's more of a step-by-step for if the round goes completely perfect. You guys need to learn how to adjust off of the utility and, you know, the site setup.